They said testifying would destroy the family. I said maybe it needed to be destroyed. When I was 8, my cousins and I were playing hide and seek at my uncle's house during one of our weekend family gatherings. I had thought I found the perfect spot. The hallway at the end of the second floor was narrow and mostly unused, and at the very end of it was a closet with a loose handle. I slipped in, pulled the door shut, and crouched behind some coats. But when I leaned back, I felt air. Cold, damp air. There was another door behind me. I stepped into a small room that I quickly found out was a place where my uncle did things so vile I can't even bring myself to say them. Inside, I found shelves stacked with binders, as well as a beat-up laptop playing muted videos of kids on a loop, and a thick black book with my name written on the spine. I opened it. There were dozens of pictures of me, sleeping, changing, playing outside. My stomach felt like it dropped through the floor. I backed out of the room, shut both doors, and didn't say a word until we got home that night. Then I told my parents. I remember sitting on the edge of their bed, my whole body shaking. I told them what I found, but they just stared at each other. Then my mom told me I must have dreamed it, that I was just trying to get out of trouble for snooping. I asked them if I was trying to avoid trouble for snooping. Why the hell would I be telling them I was snooping in the first place? My dad told me to calm down, said mom was right, that I was being dramatic, and that this kind of talk could destroy the family. They told me to forget whatever I think I saw and never say a word again. And I'm ashamed to say it, but for the longest I listened. I never went back to that part of the house, never played hide and seek again, started keeping my door locked and slept with a light on. Over time, I convinced myself I had exaggerated it in my head and let everything go. But then I was 24 and the news broke. My uncle had been arrested after trying to lure a little girl into his car outside an elementary school. The story hit every local news station. But what got me was the photo. The girl looked almost exactly like I did when I was 8. Same pink dress, same little tie-dye shoes. That night, the memories came back like they never left. I called my parents. My mom said it was a horrible misunderstanding and that bringing up old accusations would just make everything worse. My dad told me it had nothing to do with me and warned me not to go poking around again. 2 days later, I got a call from the prosecutor. They had reason to believe I had been one of his early victims. They asked if I remembered anything, if I was willing to testify. At first, I said I wasn't sure. Then they told me they had done a preliminary search of the house. They found the black book with my name on it. It had been in my uncle's bedroom drawer. They said it looked worn, like someone had been flipping through it for years, but they couldn't find anything else. No other books or evidence of other kids. For a while, I felt paralyzed. That's when I remembered the hallway, the way the door opened in the back, so I told them exactly where to look. The hallway at the end of the second floor. A week later, they called me again. They found it. The room, with dozens of books all labeled with different names. Some matched missing children reports going back 20 years. A few of the bodies had never been found, until now. He had kept maps, burial notes, video logs. I told my parents everything, but they didn't even respond. No one in my family was talking about it. I felt disgusted. I made my way over to their house, wanting to speak to them, but they weren't home. I let myself in using my spare key, and that's when I saw it. His study door was open. I was never allowed in there. I don't know what made me look, but I did. And inside his bottom drawer was a binder, and there was a photo clipped to the first page that made my blood freeze. It was a 9-year-old girl playing on the swings, laughing at something far away. That's when I realized it wasn't just my uncle. My dad was involved too. Full story linked below.